A lot of us breathe through only our chest. So why not get used to have your child that's not even born teach you something already? So having that connection to the child on the pattern of breath, feeling your cells, feeling your lungs, and you see that the child is now teaching you something.
So that means when we meditate, it's not just we relax in the moment, but you go then through your day in more peaceful state. It's not just for the moment, but it's also regular meditation helps you to go through the day with more awareness, self-awareness, more. Welcome to the Alchemy of Success coffee break.
I'm Pedro.
And I'm Anna. And today we're going to talk about the power of meditation and its extension from the previous episode. But as we mentioned it in the last one, we're going to talk today about the power of meditation for an unborn child. And why is this important? When we talk about alchemy of success, it's also important to be able to see our whole life and all the phases. And where does a life here on earth start? It starts by we spending 9 months with our mom in their wombs before we are born in this crazy, wild journey called life. And I'm going to interview Pedro, similar as last time, but it will be specifically focused on why meditation during pregnancy is such an important factor for creating a successful, joyful, and strong life. Pedro, thank you that you agreed to talk about this topic as I requested, as I've been mom and I wasn't aware of this, how to say, power of meditation. If I were, I would have done it, I think, daily. So maybe again, I know we talked it in the last episode, but maybe if some of our listener wasn't able to listen it, can you share just shortly why meditation and what, in your sense, meditation does mean?
Sure thing. So why meditations in this particular case is because one of the most beautiful experiences that a person can have, that a woman can have, is that of being a mom, going through the process of being a mom. And during that beautiful cycle, there's also a lot of stress. I forget the name of the study, but they conducted a study of the different types of emotions that women typically go through in their pregnancy. And a lot of them do fall back on, being anxious. Am I going to be a good mom? Mm-hmm. They fall with a lot of doubt. The anxiety feeds a lot of doubt, and also a lot of stress. Your body's going through this unbelievable change, and that you have this other human being growing inside of you. That if you're the first time mom, all of a sudden you have another person dependent on you, not only through giving birth and giving it life, but actually forming the cycle. So you have to also take care of your body, because whatever you feed into your body, whatever happens during that pregnancy also goes down to the child, to the cellular level. That's really how it works. Because obviously it's a part of you, just like us. I'm also a son. So we also get certain traits from our mothers, our fathers, and our ancestors, and so on and so forth. So that's really what it is that environment that you're creating, that you're fostering as you go into this process during that cycle, the 9 months, it's all being passed down to the child. So why meditation is so important is meditation, first of all, if you are suffering through anxiety, if you are suffering through a lot of stress, or simply just, your body's tired, it's quite an undertaking to create a life inside of you. So I've heard. I'm a man, I don't know, but so I've heard and I've read. So it's important to allow first of all, the mother to just receive calm, receive peace, receive that beautiful state of just being in that mindset, and also the body feeling it, the emotions, to go back to the peace and the calm that you deserve. So the child also feels that. doesn't feel that it's not overwhelmed with the nervousness. It's not overwhelmed, perhaps sometimes even the anger that you're surrounded with. Maybe it's not a good relationship that you're involved with, but the child feeds all of that, it receives all of that. So why not go through a process? And meditation is one of them. It's not the only one, but it's definitely one of them that allows you to get into that beautiful state to calm everything down, your nervous system, your mindset, everything. Then obviously it feeds into the child. So whatever you do usually does impact the child to a certain degree, as far as part of its traits, and also parts of how it's created and how it's formed. So meditation is a really powerful tool to achieve that. I believe so.
Very good. And if we have now listener who never done meditation before, because I know for myself, before I started meditating a few years ago, I thought I need to sit calm and let go of all the chattiness in my brain. And I know I have a very chatty brain, and I felt frustrated very much. What would you say that from your point of view, a meditation has a purpose? And does it mean you really need to become this kind of a monk, in order to do it right? Because I think a lot of time at the beginning, I thought, oh, it doesn't work. I don't do it right. And sometimes I just felt like giving up, because I felt I'm never going to manage to stop this brain here or the emotion going.
So meditation can be done in many different ways. In regards to the chatty brain, first, accept the fact that your mind is always active. Just accept that fact. It'll be easier for you if you go into the meditation knowing that. So when the thought comes in, don't get frustrated. Don't get annoyed. Okay. It just means you have to do a little bit more work as far as tapping into whatever your area of focus is. So you could focus into whatever the thoughts are. You could definitely do that if you want to. Or you can focus on something else. So what do people do? Like I said, some people do breath work, focusing on the breath. Some people, when they get into the meditative state, and this is also part of a technique that we do in hypnosis, and a lot of people do it in their personal lives, just find a focal point that you're staring at before you even close your eyes. Literally just find that focal point and just drift away. Just stare at that point until your eyes becoming heavier and heavier, lighter and lighter. And then all of a sudden you start getting a little fuzzy, then just start calming yourself down. And now you're no longer focusing your chatty mind. So for the people that have really chatty minds, think of it the following way. Imagine a place that you want to be and you like to people watch. Whatever, Paris is a famous one for a lot of people. So pull up in a cafe shop, sit down, have your cappuccino, your espresso, whatever you're into, and just sit down and start people watching. And then as you start people watching, you also see that there's probably a couple of cars behind. But you see the car coming in and leaving from the left to the right or the right to the left. As they come in, you no longer, as they keep coming in, they keep coming in. But then you don't even notice them anymore. Thoughts are the same way. They come in and they leave. They come in and they leave, to the point where you're just fading away, ignoring them. So they could be there, but you're not paying attention to them. They're not in your primary focus. So it's you that chooses what you want to focus on. So yes, we could say we have a chatty mind. And I will tell you, as a person that used to have a very, very intense job at times, and I would meditate at night. I love meditating at night. I did go through that process in the beginning when I first started doing this thing. How the heck do I turn off my mind? Because I'm thinking about all the things I need to do tomorrow and the entire week and all these things, getting ready for work and projects and all these things. Well, I figured, you know what? The power of thinking is not thinking, as far as focusing on that, on the thoughts that are coming in. So I was starting to focus on something else. For me, it also was just closing my eyes and focusing here, towards the middle of the center, your pineal gland right there. Just closing your eyes and just lifting your eyes there. After a while, your eyes will get tired, even though you have your eyes closed. So what do you do when they get tired? You allow them to rest. So basically, understand stress as you close your eyes, you focus on it, and then understand relaxation. Your body's experiencing a little bit tightness and then letting go. Like the episode that we had with Anna when I told her to hold your breath. Didn't tell her to exhale. She was holding her breath. Then she finally exhaled and she felt this massive release. Okay.
I remember.
Same thing with, yeah. Same thing with the eyes. And some people don't find it comfortable, but there's so many different ways and that you can focus on it, but just let the thoughts come in and let them go. Let them come in and let them go. Just like a car passing in the street, coming in and letting it go. Instead, you focus on the people, even though there's cars right behind them. So,
yeah. What is interesting
or breath work.
Something that helped me understand my brain. I remember I was joining Joe Dispenza event, and he say, because your body is used, or your ego, and your brain, like control your body. It tried to say, oh, you forgot to turn on the wash machine. Oh, you forgot to, you need to do this, you need to write this letter, or you need to finish this. So the moment you try to sit calm, like it's your ego try to feed you, your mind try to feed you different thoughts. And he said, imagine like a duck. Every time when it try to run, you just pull it and you say, sit, calm. Every time it's run, pull it back and I say, sit, calm. And this was for me so funny, like a visioning this picture. So that is sometimes when I see my brain, my thoughts are like running 180 miles an hour. And I'm like, come here, sit back, come here. And I understand that it's not me that I really need to do it, but it's like my brain or my body actually not used to this calmness and relaxation. And that's why I try to give me the whole time this signal. So I start doing my normal stressful, like full of, doing whatsoever, or at least it's not about doing, but the doing it not in peaceful state of mind. Because I don't know, I think people think meditation is just the actual act of sitting and meditating. But I think when becoming more and more experience, it's also a meditative state in going through the day. And I think that is something, if I knew it as a becoming mom, as a pregnant mom back there, to not put so much stress in the day-to-day activity, but more about to, like you said, focus on the breath, focus on being calm, and really focus on this small baby building in my body and knowing that I'm responsible for the best start to give him. I have a son, so to give him in this life. So definitely extremely important. Pedro, what would you say differentiate a typical meditation in the way how you maybe experience or do it from a meditation where it's not just about the mom, but it's especially focused on the unborn child? Is there something specific that you put more attention to? Or like intention?
When it comes to, so yes, what I would focus on, or typically focus on, is if the woman's pregnant, that we focus on the connection between her and the baby, her and the unborn child. And there's a couple of different ways you could do it. One is obviously one hand, your dominant hand, whatever, if you're righty or lefty, on the heart, and the other hand under her stomach, on the belly button, top of the belly button. Or you could do it too. The other way is just put both hands on your belly button. And when you're meditating, when you start, I like to start, if you're doing this way, I like to start by you feeling your breath. Why is that? If you notice babies when they're born, they know exactly how to breathe. They don't breathe with their chest. They go in, their belly expands, go out, belly contracts, and it goes through the entire cycle. Exactly. So what better way to connect with your child by following the rhythm of the proper way we should be breathing as human beings anyway? So I'd like the mother to experience that, because a lot of us don't breathe that way. A lot of us breathe through only our chest. So why not get used to have your child that's not even born teach you something already? So having that connection to the child on the pattern of breath, feeling your cells, feeling your lungs, and you see that the child is now teaching you something. And having that connection with your son or daughter is beautiful. As you expand going in through your nose and you expand your diaphragm and you start contracting, you start feeling the sense of life going in through you and seeing and feeling their sense of life connected to you. I like to start that way because that's a lot of people have told me that that is a beautiful moment, and that's just the beginning. And then we go through a different process. But I think processing how to do things for a person that's a mother, an expected mother, it's really the connection with the child. Understanding that the child is you and you're giving birth to the child, and everything that you do is beautifully passed on. So why not even pass on that experience of how it feels to be so connected to the breath, so connected to your body, and just being at peace with your emotions. So that's one of the best gifts you can give to a child.
You told me
Before you're
just
born.
before we started the episode also something very interesting scientifically, why putting also the hands on the belly is very important for creating more health for the baby, for the unborn child. Can you just repeat it for our listeners? Because I found it, I wasn't aware of that, and it was very interesting for me to understand also how powerful this connection through the hands are.
Sure thing. So basically, if you put your hands on the umbilical cord, on top of your belly button, right? As we all have energy, as we all should know that we do have energy. And therefore, we also have emotions. And the emotions and the energy combined have this certain effect. Don't know why. They can't really understand it to the degree of how it actually works, but they understand the positive effects that it has. When you put your hands in the belly button, it's like you're tapping into that life force of the baby because it's tied to your umbilical cord. So as you're putting your hands, you're making an intention, a conscious decision to put all that beautiful positive energy directly to the life force of the baby, which is through the umbilical cord, as it's growing within your womb. So if you keep that focus throughout the meditation, then what happens is you're sending all these positive message molecules, these messenger molecules within your body, all your systems. You're changing it, giving all these beautiful positivity, the memories that you're creating at that moment, but also the emotion. So I'm no scientist. I'm not going to give all these technical terms because I'm going to probably butcher them. But all these little molecules, all these blood vessels, all these different neurons are firing, and because you're in that heightened state of emotion, you're in the heightened state of concentration. But it's all focused coming in through you, into your hand, and in through your belly button, through your umbilical cord, and going into your child. So it's that process of focusing and putting your emotion, giving it love, giving it peace. Maybe you don't have it at that point in time. And I'm talking about the mothers. Like I said, so not everybody has a great situation at home. But if you find some peace and you find this, that you could do this more often and hopefully learn how to detach yourself, which we'll talk about, which is also important. But for now, we're focusing on the baby. That gives you a great start to life. It gives you a good balance, a good foundation of how you can be in stressful situations. And also, more importantly, how it feels to feel peace and balance. And that's really why, because the umbilical cord is the important piece.
Yeah. I can also imagine that a part of this is because when you relax in the meditation and deepening your breath, you actually activate your I just had the
Vagus
word.
nerve, yeah,
The vagus nerves,
parasympathetic.
but the parasympathetic, so because through the vagus is the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. And when you calm down your also heart beats, of course, we know that when the people who breathe slowly and have slower heartbeat, actually they live longer. like the turtles. But also very important is it's the chemical cocktail that is created. So when we have like higher vibration emotion like gratitude, love, peace, all this kind of stuff, the cocktails of chemistry that is like, coming from the amygdala when the emotion is created and firing into there is like a gland right above the kidneys where the chemical cocktail, is coming. So it's like you have more serotonin, you have more endorphin, so you have like dopamine, so you have this beautiful cocktail of like joyful happiness and love, like chemicals instead of like adrenaline and cortisol. That is what our body produce. And because we are feeding as a mom our baby through the placenta, that means what is in our body goes in the body of the child. And I remember when I was learning emotional coaching, that the more of one chemicals you produce in your body, more you change the receptors of the cells. So that means when you have more adrenaline and cortisol and less serotonin, dopamine, whatsoever, that means the cellular structure and the small receptors change, so they are able to take more adrenaline and cortisol. And I can, without being an expert, so something they need to look, because I know for working with a coach, with my clients, that was how it works for them. But I could imagine that it's giving it to the baby also on the same level. So that means when we meditate, it's not just we relax in the moment, but you go then through your day in more peaceful state. It's not just for the moment, but it's also regular meditation helps you to go through the day with more awareness, self-awareness, more connection. And also, as Pedro say, you can connect, even though through the breath through your day, even if you don't have the possibility to sit and meditate, even just focusing on the breath it's strong, enough. Pedro, I want to ask you something, because I know that few months ago you started also creating personalized meditation for people on a different topic. Now, when we talk about personalized meditation for a pregnant woman who are willing to give the best start, so to alchemize the success for their children, what would you say why a personalized meditation will have a higher benefit for this one particular unborn baby and the mother than using like meditation that are created just for everyone to use it? It's not that they don't have the power, but what would you say from your experience is even more beneficial?
Absolutely. So the reason personalized meditations are powerful and for a woman that's pregnant is because throughout the process is really stuff that's inherent within them. So the words that come, the words that they should be listening to, that they should be hearing, and the emotion that they're struggling with is specific to them. For example, some people struggle with anxiety. Some people struggle with a process of abandonment. Some people struggle with a process of self-worth. Some people struggle with the process of lack, or the limiting mindset of not having enough. Am I going to have enough for my child? Where am I going to get this money? Where am I? So it's different for everybody. It's different for everybody. And also everybody's experience because of that. Also the words of encouragement are different. So the words of encouragement is the process where healing starts. And I'll give you more of a scientific and then the spiritual side. But the scientific side is when you have a conversation, like I said, is me talking to the individual for 15 minutes, quick little conversation, just to understand what they want the meditation to be. There will be words that will come out during that short little conversation of how they see themselves or how they want to transcend and what it means to them to be on the other side of abandonment, to be on the other side of anxiety, to be on the other side of stress, to be on the other side of lack. They will give me the words because it's personal to them. So if the conscious mind all of a sudden kind of fades away while they're talking to me and the subconscious kicks in and they will tell me exactly what the future is for them of how they will be positive mindset, positive feelings, whatever those words are, they could also be part of the meditation process and part of the meditation itself, because those are words that they're familiar. Therefore, it will be anchored into them. And obviously, I also get into understanding. Now we're going to go to the spiritual side. I also tap into the energy of what the energetic field is, what they're holding on to, the not just the emotions of what they say, but also the actual emotions itself. And then I would also add my own words, whatever words come out of me, to make sure that it's directly for them. So it touches them at that core level. And obviously, because they have a child within them, it should feed this positive messages, these beautiful experience down all the way to the child. So the mother doesn't continue to pass it on to that degree. So there's a little bit more healing that gets passed down to the baby. Obviously, I prefer that people in general do this prior to big decisions, whether you're about to get married, about to be pregnant, about before you do any of these things. It's better to try to be in the best state that you can within yourself before you go on and make these big decisions, like I said, being married and having children and so on and so forth. Because the better state that you're in, the more peace and the more calm that you are within yourself, the less baggage you're carrying over onto your children. I think it's better to have a little bit of more peaceful life going forward, and it actually helps everybody else as well. So we work on ourselves first. That's always what I push on, is priority number one is work on yourself first before you get onto these big decisions that you have in life coming up. And also career is another one. So it's find what is your passion, find is what is your balance, and also start lessening the load that you've been carrying on for so long, because it affects your decisions that you will not believe, because they might even lead you to marrying the wrong person, because you're marrying your trauma. You're not marrying the person you actually want to be with. And people don't realize that until it's too late. So it's important to go into that journey first, individual. But if you're pregnant and you're going through these challenges, it's okay. You could also start working on it while you're going through that whole cycle. Okay. But it's always about being gentle with yourself and loving yourself to get to that deep state of mind.
And I'm going to go even one step further when you were talking about when you create the meditation and tapping into the inner energy of the mom next to the words that she share. And as you share, and doesn't matter what you as a listener believe, whether you believe in spirituality, you believe in God, you believe in quantum physics, you believe in whatsoever. So there is in all this area, there is proofs for this, so you just use another words. But we are made out of energy that is measurable. So that means the unborn baby has already its own energy pattern. So from me knowing the capability of Pedro, I can even imagine, I'm going to lean myself a little out, but I can even imagine that you will be even capable to connect with the energetic pattern of the baby. And by creating the meditation, you actually would get also, let me say, kind of a download or intuition, what also the baby itself needs to strengthen or to create this strong bondage and to prepare itself before entering, because the baby is also about to get into a new phase, like me getting pregnant or me marrying. It's the same. The baby is deciding to be born on earth. So what does it need in order to be best prepared, right? Maybe don't forget too much when you're born. I could imagine. So definitely, if you currently are listening and you're pregnant or you're planning to become pregnant or your partner is pregnant or planning to be pregnant, I can definitely recommend you to contact Pedro. You're going to see the website down below, because he have already created a lot of like personalized meditation. Me, myself, I have experienced my own. It was more about around the topic of abundance and self-worth. Something that I think also has been passed to myself from my woman or the female lineage. So that's why I think if my mom was able to do this kind of meditation when she was pregnant with me, maybe I wouldn't have been need to handle it. No, yeah. But definitely I can tell you with like really from the bottom of my heart, if I was pregnant, I'll definitely do this amazing gift to myself and to my unborn child. Because, we as mom, we want the best for our children. We look the best kindergarten, the best private schools, best, I don't know, kindergarten, whatever, what you're looking for. I remember for my child, I just wanted the best out of the best. If back there, I knew that the best out of the best is to me to clear all my shit, to work on myself, and also to be most calm and relaxed, and how much influence that had on my unborn child, I wouldn't have done it without a day missing. For my child, unborn child, more than even for myself. So definitely use this possibility and give yourself and your unborn child just the best present you can give it. And we're going to finish with a small meditation that Pedro will create for you if you're pregnant. And this meditation will be more about creating a stronger bondage between you and your unborn baby. So kind of like really feel this connection, this energy, this chi, how some people will say also in the Eastern world, I think they use the word chi for this energy center that Pedro was talking, like he explained it more into the scientific terminology. So please do this meditation only if you're in a calm, relaxed situation, not driving any cars or whatsoever, or you can just stop and then come back. And I can definitely recommend you also to do it often, not just one time. And with all this said, Pedro, the stage is yours.
Okay. So go ahead and find a comfortable position. You do want to be sitting for this one. Your back straight. And then it's up to you. If you can go ahead and close your eyes now. If you cannot, simply just stare at a point in front of you. But make sure that your eyes are slightly above. Don't move your neck, just keep your head still. Let your eyes slightly above. Then soften your gaze as you stare into that space, allowing yourself to simply float away and let go. Put your day's troubles into that gaze. The tension, the frustration, the tightness. Put everything into that gaze and just let it go as you stare into that focal point. And perhaps now you notice that your breath might have gotten a little bit deeper and deeper as you're tying in your breath to that gaze. And whenever you're comfortable, simply go ahead and relax your eyes and allow them to fall ever so gently. So allow them to simply fall and just relax. And now you are able to sense your breath. It's a little bit more clear. It's a little bit more balanced. And bring awareness to your breath. How does it feel? The pattern of flow. The pattern of letting go as you inhale and then you exhale all that doesn't serve you. The emotions, physical sensations. Letting them simply release, letting them go, and letting them flow. And now I want you to slowly and gently, with your eyes closed, take your whatever your dominant hand is and put it to your chest, at your heart. And the other hand to your belly button on top of it. And as you do so, you're going to go ahead and take a deep breath. As the breath goes in, down your chest, into your diaphragm, expanding, breathing in, and breathe out, contracting, your belly getting smaller as you breathe out and push the air out. So let's do it again, but this time, as we keep doing this, I want you to focus on the baby. And I want you to focus on the life, the energy that's flowing through you. As you inhale, going down your nose, your throat, down your chest, to your diaphragm, and releasing all that doesn't serve you. And feel the flow of this as you expand and contract. And feel the rhythm of your baby's beat. Regardless of the stage that you're in, it could be both physical or simply energetic. So imagine the beat when you breathe in and you breathe out. Imagine the rhythm of the baby being in unison with you, ever so gently, so effortlessly, so lovingly, being as one. And now as you fall in love with this connection, you start feeling the sensations, or perhaps sensing, or simply imagining. Once again, the breath coming in, but now it has a different signal to it. It's more of a light. It's more of a white light going into your nose, down your throat, chest, into the diaphragm. Expand, the energy flowing in, cleansing all that doesn't serve you, removing all that doesn't serve you, lifting away the heaviness, the tightness, lifting away the emotions that have been holding you back. And then the energy, as it's cleansing you, it also starts taking it outside of you by breathing out. So see it going up through your diaphragm, back to your chest, your throat, and up your nose. This beautiful cycle of cleansing. This beautiful cycle of remembrance. As you keep inhaling all that is positive, that is beautiful, that is healthy, all that is balanced, that is love. Feeling your very being and passing it on to your baby. So feel that energy flowing through you, down to your baby. That beautiful positive energy. And put your emotion of love, the emotion of care, understanding, compassion. And for some of you, put the emotion of forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself, as it washes over you. As you gave yourself this gift in this moment of allowing the light to simply cleanse all that doesn't serve you. Emotions down to your cells. Feel the rhythm of this flow. Feel the love Feel the peace and the calm. And now I want you to imagine yourself in your special place, wherever that is. Imagine yourself in your special place. Look around you and see what you want to see. See the picture, the textures, the colors. You might even be able to smell or sense what's underneath you. This is your special place of calm and connection. So see yourself in this place. You just scan around, you find a little path. And you go onto that path as you take every single step. With every step, you're feeling calmer and more at peace and with joy. The joy of giving birth, the joy of giving life, the joy of teaching, the joy of patience, the joy of unconditional love that you provide and you receive. As you take step by step, you're starting to anchor this in deeper and deeper, this beautiful joy of existence. And then you notice as you keep taking steps, you look back and you see the trail that you left behind. You notice the steps, they're baby steps. As the steps that you've been taking forward, as you better yourself, you empower yourself, you fill yourself with all this positivity. The baby steps behind you are that of your child, as he's right behind you, as he's also taking those steps. And those beautiful steps, getting closer to you, reminding you that you are one. What you give is what you receive. So give it love, give it peace, give it calm, and just let it flow. Allow yourself to receive this beautiful gift. So you keep taking down this beautiful walk. The steps are now on the side of you. You look down and you're grabbing your child's little hand as you're walking with it side to side now. And you sense the calm and the peace, not only within you, but your child. Look how happy it is. Look how joyful it is. It's filled with love, and you're filled with love and patience and understanding as you're walking side by side. And feel that beautiful bliss of connection. And then you keep on walking. As you keep on walking, it simply starts fading away. Fading away, but being grounded in this beautiful sensation of love, gratitude, compassion, and understanding. And this now is going all through your cells, your heart, through your memory, as you are now creating your own future of what you want to give, what you want to share, and what you want to let go. So feel this beautiful peace and bring it back to yourself, this moment in time. Simply fall in love with yourself all over again as you pass on that self-love to your child. Coming back now slowly from this beautiful moment in time of peace, coming back back to your body. Bringing back your consciousness, your awareness. Whenever you're ready, start slowly opening your eyes, coming back to us now. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. So drink a lot of water after the meditation. Keep your calm and relaxed state. Come back again. Watch it again. You can even do it every day. And if you want really to take the opportunity to create a personalized meditation, don't hesitate. Just connect with Pedro through his website. And we see us next week. We'll let you in a calm and relaxed state of mind. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Click on one of the videos below and don't forget to like and subscribe.